Let's see how two solo travelers think. I'm with my friend Alwin.
Hello.
He's a solo traveler, and I'm a solo traveler. That's why this channel is called Traveling Solo Logs, because I'm Solomon, but also known as Solo. So let's see how it is traveling solo.
I messed up.
Do you like traveling solo?
I do like it, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, traveling solo can be scary. Do you feel lonely? You don't have friends to go with, you don't have travel buddy. In my opinion, and I actually started like that. I started by my own, traveling in Europe. Crazy adventure in the beginning, but
okay,
it has really helped me to, on top of discovering the cultures and the countries and people and have experiences, also discovering more about myself.
That's a good answer. Yeah, also I would have to say too, for me traveling solo as well, you really do discover yourself, because you know when you're with your friends or your family or who else you're with, like sometimes you have to act a certain way. So when you're by yourself for a certain amount of period of time, you only have yourself to think about things, and you know, you can't sometimes ask, like call up your friend or something, because like right now we're in Asia and your friend might be sleeping right now, or your family member might be sleeping. So when you're traveling, you kind of just have to rely on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You have a deeper connection with your inner self.
The jet lag, yeah. But I think that's so important.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel lonely?
That's actually a good question. Do I feel lonely?
I'm asking the question now.
Yeah, that's okay. We can ask each other these questions. Yes and no. Sometimes, like, I don't mind being by myself, so I don't feel lonely. But other times, like for example, I don't know, say I'm at this nice park or at this nice scenery. Sometimes you want to just be with somebody. It's nice, cool, and showing you guys sometimes on the camera. But do you feel lonely?
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah.
Usually the moment when I actually feel lonely while traveling, and by the way, not only traveling, all the time in life, right?
That's true. Yeah. Sometimes people can feel lonely not even traveling.
It really helps you to discover more about yourself. You know, we see all these external things in the world. We see everything, and that's really cool and that's awesome. I think lots of people should do that. What the real travel is, and I think you can relate to that.
Yeah.
It's more than just travel. For most people, when you really talk about them, most travelers, it's like a personal journey of self-discovery.
Yeah, I'd say self-discovery, also like self-growth. Many things when you see, like you've been to many countries. How many countries have you been to, a rough estimate?
30 countries.
30, okay.
I don't remember exactly. I stopped counting.
I've been around 20 countries. I think about 20, I stopped counting too. You really, when you experience different cultures, it's kind of like you grow in some ways. You take the good stuff from the culture and you bring it towards yourself. Would you agree or disagree?
Absolutely agree. Sometimes it's also quite hard to connect with some cultures, or sometimes, you know, like it happened to me, it happened to many people. You know, it needs some time to understand the culture,
Definitely.
how it works, be misunderstood, or these kind of things. These kind of things happen, right? It takes years to understand a culture. When you're just there for 2 weeks,
True.
it really needs to put yourself in a position where you are very open-minded for things, and you don't overjudge. You don't say, oh, this is good or this is bad, but you actually look at everything is interesting.
Totally agree. I do a lot of food videos. In some countries, it's normal when you go sit down in a restaurant to have silverware, to have a knife, a spoon, and a fork, and that's how you eat. And other countries, you use your hands. It's normal to eat. For example, I'll give you guys a good example. I made a fish and chips video in England, right? I was in London, and I ate fish and chips in a restaurant with my hands. Yes, guys, sorry, I did do that. And like a lot of people commented on the video. Yeah, in the UK, they're like, "What? You don't go in a dine-in restaurant and use your hands? What is that? You do that on the street if you're eating fish and chips."
Yeah.
Right?
In our culture, yeah, we don't.
But I was like, whatever. I just want to use my hands, because me, I'm really open-minded because I see so many cultures. So then I was in Malaysia and I was using some silverware sometimes, and people were like, "No, use your hands. It tastes better. Even if you're in a sit-down restaurant, use your hands. It's natural. It's better." I'm just like, wow, one side of the world they say use silverware, other side of the world they say use your hands. So I would say that's a pro and a con. A pro is you get to learn so many different things about other cultures, but a con is sometimes you might be doing something wrong, but you don't even know about it.
But it's very funny because if you just cross the border of Thailand,
Yeah.
which is nearby,
Okay.
from here, Kuala Lumpur,
Yeah, we're in Kuala Lumpur,
they don't
Malaysia
eat
right
with
now.
hands.
Oh, they don't eat it with hands at all?
I don't think so. I haven't seen one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen somebody eat pad thai with their hands.
I think it's really Malaysian, especially right hand.
So that's another thing here. I'm gonna switch sides because now I'm gonna use my left hand. because this arm is getting a little bit tired. Okay. Wow, yeah, it's beautiful over here, right? So
KLCC Park.
KLCC Park, exactly. I want to ask you, do you feel safe while traveling by yourself? Like, because safety can be an issue. Has there ever been a time that you didn't feel safe, or in general, do you just feel safe traveling by yourself?
I feel much safer when I'm there already than when I'm thinking about going there. I don't know if it makes sense. When you are from the distance, you tend to imagine, oh, it's going to be bad because of the news, because of this, or I saw a video and stuff. But when you are actually in the present moment, in the situation, in the country, I'm not saying nothing happens everywhere. Of course, you need to, you know, stay aware of everything that
like,
is
can you give
happening.
some tips just for like
Yeah.
the viewers?
But it's very important to always be aware of your surroundings and do a little bit of research of each country, each region of each country, especially asking locals. If you are not feeling scared when you go outside,
Yeah.
it just makes it much smoother. I feel confident outside and I travel, just nothing happens. It's just everything runs pretty
Do
smoothly.
you go out at like nighttime,
But
or
when you nighttime, I wouldn't recommend going to, you know, especially in big cities, outside at night in crowded places. This is the most.
So don't go to
least
crowded
safe
places. Don't go outside usually at nighttime, because nothing really good happens at nighttime. That's what I would suggest too. Anytime something bad has happened to me on my travels, it's always been at nighttime. Really,
Really?
always. I have like
Which
three.
country?
One time somebody stole my things in Serbia, in the Philippines, and also Vietnam. All 3 times it happened at nighttime, and I was by myself too. So you have to be aware of your surroundings.
But it can happen everywhere.
True, it could happen everywhere. I'm not saying these countries are bad, but you just have to be vigilant. You have to know exactly where you're going. So I would say for safety, what would you give some top, like 3 safety tips, like as a traveler?
Be confident.
Be confident, okay.
Walk confident when you are outside. 1.
Okay.
Do not go out at night late in big cities, crowded places.
Okay, I agree with you.
And number 3, I would say, don't trust everyone too quickly.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like scammers out there. Just when you arrive at some certain airport, or when you're on the street and you're looking at your phone and you look like a foreigner, like you don't look like you're from that country. A lot of people come up to you and be hesitant. Sometimes when they want to come up to you, they either want to distract you from something, or they just want to get something from you. Like, for example, if you're at a train station, some guy's like, oh, I can help you purchase a ticket. Most likely the guy wants to get some money off of you, either pickpocket you, or maybe just trying to make money off your like train ticket.
Actually, most people everywhere in the world, most people who come to you,
Yeah,
almost all the time is for money, or is for,
that's true.
could be scamming in some countries, but most of the time they want something from you. That's why they come to you, right?
True.
As some people just want to be friends, right? But most people, it's for money. That's why.
And if you're travelers like us, like you're gonna have to deal with this kind of situation. So we went over like, do you feel lonely, safety issue. Now I have a question. Do you have to be rich to travel? Because a lot of people ask me, do you have to be rich? And I would say personally, no, you don't have to be rich to travel. They think I'm just like some rich millionaire that I just can travel anytime I want. But actually I made it into a career as traveling solo, and I think you did too.
Yeah.
Do you have to be rich? Like, are you a really rich guy that like?
No, you don't have to be rich. That's a misconception that a lot of people have.
Like,
But
you get followers.
It's good to have like some backup.
True.
Right? Like to have enough to sustain yourself for at least 3-4 months.
Okay.
I think that's important to have enough to buy a ticket to go back if necessary.
Okay, we're gonna switch sides now because this arm's getting tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can travel to any kind of budget. If you want to travel comfort, you can.
True.
It needs more money. If you want to travel budget, it's totally possible. You can go to hostels, you can take buses. If you want to travel almost for free, you can do volunteering. You can even do things like adventurous hitchhiking, especially in Western countries.
True.
Many possibilities.
Yeah, so you don't have to necessarily be rich in order to travel. Just as he said, there are many different options. Like, instead of taking a taxi, take a bus. Instead of taking a plane, take a train. So there's so many different types of options. Here, let's walk this way. There's a more shaded area. Yeah, because a lot of people, like I have a YouTube channel, and he has a YouTube channel too, and also TikTok. You can check out his details down below. That they just think me and him, or like any traveler, we're just rich. Like, we're just rich. I'm just living the life. But honestly, I'm just living life just as you. But I just made traveling into my career, and hopefully it could grow for me. Also for you too, bro. Yeah. It can be expensive and it can be cheap. It just depends on like, you know, do you eat at like a 5-star restaurant, or do you just eat at like some, you know, random street food, which I love street food, by the way, guys. So
Yeah, you do like it. Yeah. When I look on TikTok on your videos,
Yeah.
street food.
I love street food, yeah.
It's amazing. Go watch his videos as if not already on TikTok. Is amazing.
like, what inspired you to travel? Like, why he's from France, so what inspired you to leave France and travel the world? Because you just stay in France your whole life, not travel. What made you like do the change?
It's funny because when I was younger,
Yeah.
I always had this. I used to play a lot of video games, and the category I would choose would be adventure video games.
Like those RPGs?
Yeah, this is kind of bring you to some environment where you explore places. And then I started, you know, working a regular job. I was working in retail for some time, so I saved some money. I prepared something. I didn't know what I was gonna prepare, but I prepared. And a lot of people told me, if you are young, it's the best moment in life to do these kind of things, to travel the world, to see the different cultures and everything.
Correct.
And you know what?
What?
The moment I started to actually do it,
Okay.
actually, like I was telling them, oh, in 1 week, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
This is exactly the moment where people told me, oh, but why are you leaving? You don't like France? You don't like our country? You don't like us?
Like, are you saying people as like your friends
So-
and family, or just like people you like colleagues?
I know it's slightly different than your question,
Yeah.
but the answer, what most people, most early new travelers feel like, they feel like, oh, they're doing something different than other people, and people, you know, start to judge them. But I always felt 5 years ago, I started 5 years ago, I always
Yeah.
felt like some kind of a call to discover the world, and I just wanted to open my mind at the end of the day.
Sounds good
And then
to
2
me.
years ago, I was like, okay, on top of that, I'm also gonna be sharing that, and, you know, hopefully trying to inspire people.
Okay, so that's, yeah, so he's a traveler, and also he likes to inspire people too, so I like it too. I like his videos. That's why we're meeting up today. Honestly, I saw his channel. I was like, let me see what's up with him. I think this is the second time we're meeting, right? And it's at the same.
And it's the same park.
Yeah, it's the same park too. It's a nice area in Kuala Lumpur if you haven't been here. Okay, and my final question for you, Alwin, would be, do you recommend other people to go out and see the world and travel, solo traveling?
No, I don't recommend.
Yeah, I don't recommend either.
You might have some amazing experiences. I don't recommend. You might meet amazing people. I don't recommend. It might open your mind. I don't recommend.
Yeah, my recommendation for you guys is if you ever do solo traveling, tell your family, tell your friends where exactly you're going, and better be safe than sorry. Travel through the day and not through the night. So if you schedule a plane ticket, try to arrive at your destination in the morning or in the afternoon versus at nighttime. Because if you're at a foreign destination at nighttime, it can be kind of scary, and more bad people are out at night. That's just everywhere.
Yeah, that's serious. That's pretty serious.
Yeah, so just watch out. Main point is watch out for your safety, and also just watch out for your mind. Your mental health is your wealth, because that's really important. If you're a type of person that can live by themselves and if you're independent, I would say solo traveling is for you. But if you're not an independent person, I would say solo traveling is probably not for you. Would you agree? You might get some tough days. You might get some
I think
awesome
everyone
days.
should try.
I agree.
You know, everyone should try at least. And some people will figure out, you know, if it's for them or if it's not, right? Not everyone has adventures, crazy, and want to do some crazy things around the world, especially for years. You can do that for 1 month, it's okay, even if you are like a...
Yeah, even for a week, if you just have like
Like
some
a
time
home
off your,
person?
yeah, I agree with you. Or even like if you have a full-time job and you're watching this video, you do it for a week, a few days. And if you have any questions for me or even for Elwin, put it down in the comment section below. I can answer it, or possibly Elwin could answer it too. Just watch out for my comment section, all right, guys? And anyways, thank you, Elwin, so much for meeting you on another pleasant day here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. As always, don't forget to follow me. You follow him on the socials. And wow, look at this amazing view of the Petronas Towers. And if you want to see more videos around the world and around Asia, click somewhere up on the screen. Peace, and I'll see you later. Say bye, Elwin. Bye,
See you
Elwin.
guys.
See you later.